Welcome back, guys. So it's the end of January and you know what this means. It's time for my February plan with me, and for this time, as you can see, the stores are full of flowers and hearts. So my theme for February is Valentine's Day and all about pink, about flowers. So this is my theme and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get started. The first thing I always create when I start my new month for my bullet journal, it's the cover page. And the cover page is something where I really like to draw like a real painting. So last month I did it with watercolor, and this time I wanted to try something completely new. So I'm also a bit new to watercolor, so I just do this like for a few months. But this time I wanted to paint something with acrylic paint, because this time I'm going to paint a woman who has a rose in front of her face and the shadow in her face, and I really wanted it to be a bit more abstract. And I really like these paintings. I don't know if you have seen them on Instagram, Pinterest, We Hearted. They're more abstract with more blue and red tones for the skin, and I really love this. So I really wanted to have one of these paintings for my cover page, but this painting had to be more in a pinkish way, because my theme is more in a rose or pink tone. I just started with the skin tone color and just did it roughly all over her body, and then I took a bit of red and rose toned colors, and also I used orange and blue to have more of these shadows. And because maybe you have noticed it, that our skin is not just skin colored, it always has other tones in them. Sometimes our skin looks more bluish, other times more red, and I wanted to include all of these colors, especially because this painting I wanted to be more abstract. And I also added brown colors for the shadows to make all of this more fluently, and also I think the brown really matches with the rose color, and I think they totally belong together. And I think it's really important to say that because it was my first time, and usually I just stick my paper to my desk with watercolor, because watercolor just when you add a lot of water to your paper, then it loses its texture and it's not this straight anymore. And I thought, no, with acrylic paint it doesn't happen because it's more actual paint and I don't need this much water. But I noticed with blending I also used a lot of color. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that with acrylic paint, but I did it and it really helped me, maybe because I'm a beginner. But I think the painting turned out in the end really well, and I also added some black tones in the end to make everything stand more out. And for my first time I think this painting is really good. And I really just painted, so I don't had like rules or something, and just everything came by. And here's also a final view of my painting that I just wanted to show you how it looks in the end, and also how my workspace looked like. And I just used a lot of colors that I think is really important. Because of the acrylic paint you need a lot of different shades and colors and just mix them together. After I was done with the painting and I let it dry a lot because it was really wet, I just arranged it and made it fit into my bullet journal. And after that I just took a black Tombow dual brush pen and wrote February over it. And then I just took a white pen to make this black writing stand more out, because I think that otherwise the February would not be seen this good. And yes, that is my cover page. And then I started again with my monthly calendar, and I really liked this small calendar that I now usually do every time, because I think I don't need a too big calendar, because everything fits in a little one, and I'm really happy with it. I don't know about you. You can comment me what you think. Are you more a big calendar person or a little calendar person? What I also like to add to my first page is my goals section for the specific month, and because there was a little space I just wanted to draw something. And here's just a little flower that I saw I think on We Hearted, and I just thought that it would match my theme totally perfect, because Valentine's Day is not all about roses. and this fancy stuff. I also think like simple flowers like this one are totally pretty and they can be super romantic, so I think they fit my theme totally perfect. So the next page is something that I didn't do in a long time. It's a habit tracker, and this time I used 2 pages for a habit tracker. That's something I've done, I think, in one of my first spreads ever. There was like last year, before I even started my Instagram, etc. And I wanted to have my theme again, so I just drew this tree in the beginning. I wanted this tree to be full of rose-colored leaves. So I know we don't have spring yet, so it's February, but I just love how these trees look, and I think they're so romantic and totally perfect for my February. So I think they are in spring, I know, but I think they would totally be perfect for Valentine's Day with all their rose-colored, pink-colored leaves. So I think spring for me is more like something really colorful, and like you have every single color. You have yellow, you have orange, and I don't know. But for February, and for me for Valentine's Day, I'm all over red tones, pink tones. So I think that this tree especially is perfect for my February and for the theme, although this tree is usually just seen in spring. And again, I painted this with acrylic paint, so this also took a lot of time to dry. And then I took my black Tumblr brush pen and I just wrote habit tracker above it, and then I just wrote it down. And before we really get into the weekly spreads, I just wanted to show you where I get my photos from. So I always like to add photos, and I go to We Heart It and I just search for a channel that I like. And for this time I used the channel Pink on We Heart It because it totally matched my theme. And then I just scroll down and I search for a picture that I like this one for example, and then I just copy the picture into Word, and then I can resize it there. And because I copied it on We Heart It, it always has the same size, so every picture has the same size. That's something I love about We Heart It. And also We Heart It has so damn pretty photos. I just love We Heart It for photos, and for my bullet journal I think I always take them from We Heart It. So here you can see how it looks in the end, and I just print this out, and this were my photos for my January. And yeah, that's it. That's where I print my photos from, and I totally love it. It's totally easy, and here you can see which photos I chose, and I just cut them out. So now let's get really into the weekly spread. So I started this weekly spread with a drawing of a rose in the upper right corner. And it's, for me, the first week of February is also the last week of January. So I know a lot of people do it differently, and I do it like that. So here I just wrote down February, and I had this simple sketch of a rose that you will see I changed later. And then I started with adding the specific days of the week to my weekly spread. I saw this style of writing on Pinterest, and I really love the different styles of handlettering that are out there, and I think Pinterest is one of the greatest resources to find new different styles of handlettering, and I think this one was just perfect for my first spread. I have to say my first spread is also for me a bit much, so I really like it, but it's full of pink and it's so romantic and full of love. I think it's a bit much, but I like it. It's okay. It's like on the edge of something really serious. And here I also added again one of my pictures that, as you saw, I printed out, and I added one of my to-do lists because, as you know, I love to-do lists. I have to add them in every single one of my weekly spreads, and added washi tape because I have a lot of washi tape with flowers. I just noticed I have lots of them, so there are not enough months for all of my washi tape. So I was really happy to finally use my washi tape. But I really think it meshes perfectly, and I think they're so pretty, and I have no usage for them because I usually just use washi tape for my monthly spreads, but I have so much floral ones and I don't have this much floral months. And I'm also sorry that here my video becomes at some points brighter than at others, but it's just that I film for like few hours and the lightning just changes really fast now. And I don't know if it's about the weather, so that we have February and so this is normal, or if it's just because I filmed longer than 1 hour. But anyways, here I finally did my rose drawing, so I just took some rose colored tumbles and a green one and a black fine liner to just color my rose. Now I come to the second weekly spread, and as you maybe already noticed, I will always show you two different styles of weekly spread because the video would be too long if I would show you all of them. I do them all on one day, so I just sit down on a Sunday and I do all 4 or 5 weekly spreads. But if you still want to see them, make sure to follow me on my Instagram, which is linked down below, because I always post them on Sundays on my Instagram to my stories, so make sure to check it out because every Sunday you see a new weekly spread. And again, for this spread I had to add my to-do list and a study tracker. I also added this on my other weekly spread because I really need this, especially because my exams are coming up. So I really need to track this down. It really helps me with feeling better. And this font I again have from Pinterest. So Pinterest is really perfect for fonts. I just love it. I can say it enough times. And I don't know about you, you can really just comment me down below which one's your favorite, but I definitely think that this spread is my favorite, so mine is the second one. The second one is my absolute favorite, and here I also added again a little sketch of a light bulb with flowers. So as you can see, I always have to doodle in my bullet journal. That's something I really love, and I hope you noticed that in the right corner I have a rose again with the shadow. So I really love my returning elements. I also had it in my January that I added a little picture of a fox in the snow. So yes, that's something that is a little bit weird about me, but I just love to add these little returning elements. And also really important to mention, I really love to add quotes. Quotes are so important for me. They are so motivational and so perfect for bullet journaling. So we are at the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to comment what you think. Please always leave some feedback. I really appreciate it. Make sure to check out my Instagram. That's really important to me there. And also here you can check out my 2018 bullet journal setup and January plan with me. So click the subscribe button, like, and please tell me what you think. That's so important to me. I can't mention it enough times. So I hope I see you soon, guys, and bye!